Welcome to the Sunday video, everybody. We're running to Menards really quick. I gotta pick up some stuff that we're gonna explain in a little bit. Then we're gonna head to the garage and work on the Mazda. And we got a couple different things going on. We actually have a new vehicle being added to the fleet. I know, like I need another vehicle. So I'll have 3 little pickups and a Camry and an Avalon and the new vehicle that shall not be named and the Foxbody. So yeah, we just got to Menards and we're gonna go inside and pick out some stuff and then we'll get back to you. There's so many things in the store that I want, but I have no use for. And we're gonna do these steps exactly like I would do it on the car, so I can see exactly what it would look like. I'm gonna get some primer sealer. So, and I want a color like this, but this isn't the kind that I want. That's the color we want. Now we gotta find that clear. Where's the clear I want? Where is it? All right, so we gotta go to one more place. I got the color, I got the clear, I got the primer, I got the piece of metal we're gonna use to test, and they didn't have the clear effects that I wanted to get the pearl look in the paint, so we're gonna stop by Napa, see if we can pick that up. I realize the car's a long way from paint, but like I said, you work on cars all day. It kind of can be a pain in the ass to do it in your spare time. So sometimes I do little things like this so that I can see something that isn't part of what I do every single day, and it gives me a little bit of motivation, right? I see the color, I'm gonna see how it looks, it's gonna motivate me. Plus I get a break from the wrenching and the grease and the busted knuckles and all that stuff. So it's a way to keep me motivated, it keeps me sane a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna go see if we can pick up some of that clear, and then we'll get back to you when we get in the garage. All right, so we're not in the garage yet, but I was able to find what I was looking for. And I was able to find what we were looking for. This is called Duplicolor Clear Effects. The other paint that I'm using is actually Rust-Oleum, and normally I don't like mixing brands, but this is the only product like this that I've seen that is, 1, available, and 2, that works really well. I actually heard about this stuff back when I used to rent a shop with a couple buddies of mine, and one of the guys that manages an auto and audio garage here in town recommended the stuff to me, and I was kind of skeptical, thinking it probably not going to look that great, but this stuff is awesome. It actually gives spray can paint jobs the look of like a candy or a pearl or like a semi-metallic pearl paint job. And so what we're going to do is I got this test piece of sheet metal right here, so it's a similar surface to what we're going to be painting on the Fox. I'm going to clean this off, get the oil off it, we're going to prime it. I'm going to paint this with the maroon Rust-Oleum after I prime it. Then we're going to put a coat of the clear effects on there, and then we're going to clear over that. So when we do our wet sanding and cutting and buffing, we're just going to get the orange peel off the top coat of clear and not burn through the pearl. So this is awesome. And my goal for the Foxbody, I want a paint job eventually that is like a professional quality paint job. If you saw Steven's F100, we're gonna get a video of that now that it's all done, but we actually built a paint booth in my garage and sprayed that car with an air compressor and a really nice spray gun and got a factory metallic color. So that thing turned out awesome. And eventually that's something I want to do with the Fox. Right now I just want to get it done. I don't want to have to deal with setting up the paint booth in the garage again because it was kind of a pain in the ass. Plus, I think, honestly, maybe I'm kind of weird, but anytime I've been able to get really good results doing something in more of a DIY setting, something that anyone could do. I have a nice air compressor, I have a nice spray gun, I have the means to do that, but if I can do it just like anyone else would do it in their, in their driveway or whatever and get really good results, to me that's always pretty rewarding. So we're gonna get the best paint job possible for this season on the Foxbody with spray cans. I'm gonna show you how to do that. But I'll show you this test piece of metal once we get it painted up. And I'm going to show you how awesome you can make a spray can look if you prep it right. Paint is all prep. I don't claim to be a body guy, obviously, but I can do body work, and I've picked up a few things along the way just from doing it, trying it, watching YouTube videos like this, and we'll let you know how that goes. Have you been in the way? We got Steve back. All right, guys, so we got this side pretty much back together here. We got the wheel bearings packed. The problem we ran into is there's this set ring right here, and you need to put screwdrivers or something in these holes to put tension on this, and that's actually gonna put the weight, or it's gonna put the proper preload on this entire bearing assembly all the way back to the knuckle here where it starts. So I went ahead, like I said, I used just this grease right here, and I packed that bearing and put it all back together. When I do this side, I'm actually gonna go through step by step show you how to properly repack your wheel bearings, put the seal in the back of this, and when we get to this side, I'll film step by step exactly what we're doing. But I'm gonna have to go to work and get our special service tools because I don't have anything that's big enough to put a heavy enough preload on this to keep it all set in place. Then there's a C-clip that goes on here. We can bolt the stub back on, and this side's pretty much done. Spins nice, feels nice right now. Put a lot of grease in there, but it should be good to go. So once we get the other side rolling, I get that service tool figured out, then I'll show you, like I said, step by step how we're gonna do that other side, just so you know if you ever wanna do this. Alright, so there you have it. The color on that little clip didn't show up quite as good as I had hoped. I actually have my little pen light and I was kind of shining over it just so you can see the pearl in the paint. In the video, it makes it seem like it's a lot more apparent than it is. If you see it in person, it's more of a kind of in the right light. You can see the pearl in the paint. But I think that's going to work out really, really good. I love that color. When I laid the maroon down first, the Rust-Oleum, I wasn't quite sure how I felt about it, but it's kind of, I've never liked red cars, so it's kind of ironic that I'm going to be putting this color on the Foxbody, but it's more of a maroon color, and then you add that kind of pearl look to it on top, and I really, really like it. Certain cars I think can pull off different colors better than others. I kind of got the inspiration from it. I saw an 82 GT, which looks a little bit different than the 83s. The nose is different. I actually like it a little better. But I saw one of those in kind of a pearl maroon, and I really liked it. So I think it's going to look really, really good. The only issue I see us having doing this is getting that pearl to lay out nice and even. On that test piece, obviously, it's not very big, so it was really easy to do. But when we get to some of our bigger panels, like the hood and the doors, I think it might be a little bit of a challenge, but I think we can get it done. As far as the Mazda goes, that all went really smooth. I packed the bearings, put the seal in the backside of that hub, put it on the snout on the knuckle, and everything worked really good until I got to that ring. That ring sets the preload for basically that whole wheel bearing assembly, and I used my little screwdrivers to start it, but I don't have anything with a small enough tip to fit in there. I made that tool a while back to do that, and it's a little too short, so it doesn't clear the stub of the axle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some special service tools from work that we have that are going to be able to fit in there a little better, get it tightened up to where it should be, and then when I do the other side, like I said, I'm going to go step by step through and show you how to repack wheel bearings, how to grease them up and all that good stuff, and we'll do that one step by step. But we made some good progress on the Mazda this week, so that's really all I have to do left on the Mazdas on that side is bolt the snout down after I tighten up the preload on that ring, and then it'll be good to go. That side, the wheel can go back on, and that side's done. So that's awesome. Then we're on to the other side, so we're staying pretty well on our schedule, and I think we're going to be able to get that thing out of here. So I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for tuning in for the Sunday video. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you had a good weekend. See you Monday.